cut path is a vector path that, when combined with our RIP software and digital cutting technology, allows us to contour cut graphics into custom shapes. Shapes can range from simple squares, rounded rectangles, circles, polygons, and stars, to more complex shapes such as the outline of an organic object like a flower or an animal. Creating a cut path is as easy as using the shape and pen tools in Illustrator. Our art team can create these cut paths for you or your client if you do not have access to Illustrator. There will be minimal design time fees based on how complex the shape is. Please speak with your sales rep if you have any questions regarding this fee. As you saw here, I made a very simple cut path around this soccer ball. There are a few things that must happen if you're creating your own cut path. First and foremost, we will need to have some sort of bleed around the element we'll be cutting out. This will ensure that your graphic bleeds to the finished edge and does not have any white of the material showing. As you can see, I've filled my bleed area with black since the edge of this graphic is predominantly black. We require at least 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of bleed around the perimeter for contour cutting. Your cut path should be saved on a separate layer in your artwork titled Cut Path. This will red flag this element for our graphics team. Your cut path should be as smooth a shape as possible. As you can see, this graphic has a very busy edge. There isn't any way we could cut out each individual hair designed on this gorilla. We must simplify the edge. We must also avoid using too many points around the perimeter of the cut path. Our digital cutting technology reads each individual point on the cut path line, so more points equals a longer cut time as well as a rougher edge to your finished graphic. Once we have our desired cut path, we will save our print file. This might look like the cut path will print on your final piece of art. Luckily, our RIP software is set up to read the cyan vector line as a separate entity. It will automatically rip 2 separate files from our one file. One file will go to the printer and the other will go to the cutter. Our RIP software adds registration marks to all 4 corners of the print. Our production team will open the cut path file and align the path to these registration marks using a camera that is mounted in the cutter's carriage. The graphic is also held in place by a vacuum table. This ensures that the graphic will have an accurate and clean edge. Now let's watch our router cutting machine in action. We use this machine to cut all of our rigid substrates such as 3mm and 6mm PVC, foam board, PETG, and plexiglass, as well as our rollable 22mm PVC graphics. We use a router bit for the majority of our rigid materials. This bit is more durable when cutting these materials and is best for simple shapes. We also use a knife bit on our foam board and rollable materials such as vinyls and 22mm PVC. This bit works best for precision cutting and more complex shapes such as the gorilla shown in the previous cut path examples. There is also a suction tube housed in the carriage of this machine that vacuums up any small pieces of material that are being cut out of the graphic. This cutting technology has helped to decrease our production time, which allows us to offer quicker turnaround times for certain products.